Good evening, my name is Aurora Fitzgerald and I'm your Storm Team 10 meteorologist. Taking a look at tonight's forecast, 10 p.m. we have clear skies, chilly with 50 degrees. 2 a.m. still clear skies, getting a little colder with 46 degrees. And as you walk out the door at 7 a.m. it is going to be sunny however it's going to be cold with 45 degrees. WTOP 10 Nightly News starts now.
Governor Kathy Hochul is changing the way New Yorkers get around town in a greener way.
Also, our reporter Cameron Brown takes a look at why fire alarms around campus keep buzzing.
And pets. We take a look at furry friends that earned the Pet of the Week.
This is WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Jocelyn Decker.
And I'm Casey DeSalle.
New York State is pushing to go green. Governor Kathy Hochul announced today that all New York vehicles sold in New York must be zero emission by 2035. New and ongoing investments will help New York State fight greenhouse gas emissions in hopes to reaching the state's goal of reducing greenhouse gases by 85%.
Hochul says she is confident that the actions taken now will help make transition to electric vehicles for businesses and local governments easier. Proposing drafts to solidify state regulations in the next step to help electrify transportation. New York State is following the footsteps of California, who also requires that all cars be zero emissions by the same year.
Governor Hochul also announced that today that out of President Biden's $5 billion plan, New York is receiving $175,000 to add 14 charging stations to interstates across the state. She is also adding $10 million into the Drive Clean rebate program to help customers who are looking to purchase an electric vehicle. These plans are in place to help the state in their mission to go green and drive clean.
At 9:45 a.m., SUNY Oswego sent out an emergency alert test via email and text message. This alert system will be used for emergency communication or for campus-wide cancellation of classes due to severe weather. If you did not receive this email and text message, you are not registered for NY Alert or you have not updated your contact information. To do so, click the link in the NY Alert contact form link in the campus-wide announcement email that was sent out at 12:45 p.m. today.
SUNY Oswego students are growing frustrated with the amount of fire alarms on the campus this semester.
Our reporter Cameron Brown has more on this story.
Thanks, Casey. 38 days ago, Seneca Hall kicked off the semester with a rude awakening from not one, but two successive fire alarms in the wee hours of the morning. While this bothered many of the hall's residents, this is only part of a growing problem across campus concerning the frequency of fire alarms. I had the chance to talk to Kylie Butler about how she feels about the constant disruption. She said, okay. In every hall on campus, there are two planned drills each semester, one in the morning and one in the evening. I've reached out to the campus and I'm waiting for a response. We'll have more on the story as it develops. Reporting live in the studio, I'm Cameron Brown for WTOP 10.
Speaking of fires, Mayor Billy Barlow and the Oswego Firefighters Association Local 126 have agreed to a new contract regarding raising wages and reducing unnecessary costs. Mayor Barlow comments on the deal saying, quote, "Our firefighters do more than most departments by serving as paramedics, performing water and ice rescues, drone operations, and much more," end quote. Officials say this will assist with recruitment and retaining members.
Located in Scrabo, New York, 9 Mile Point Nuclear Station soon will begin using a fraction of its electric output to make hydrogen. Upstate New York's largest nuclear power plant station will be at a $5.8 million nuclear station is managing two projects. The first will be at a $5.8 million electrolysis project funded by the U.S. Department of Energy. The second $12.5 million project will use hydrogen that was produced only on site to power a fuel cell.
The city of Syracuse is having a large spike in recent crimes within the past few weeks. Syracuse Police Lieutenant Matthew Maladinsky says that his department risks their lives and works hard to bring in criminals. But with them being released in the next day, it makes their job even more difficult. Police department is calling upon lawmakers and officials to take more accountability and make the right choices to keep the community safe.
A frost advisory is in effect for many parts of central New York Thursday night into early morning Friday. A frost advisory means that cold temperatures will reach the dew point and cause frost across parts of central New York. The best chance to not have frost at all is close to Lake Ontario, close to the Finger Lakes, and downtown Syracuse.
Coming up later tonight, some central New Yorkers got stuck in Hurricane Ian's path. What and how they are doing.
And Disney has announced its reopening plan when the park will be back after the storm.
Now let's take a quick look at weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Aurora Fitzgerald.
Aurora, do I need to get my winter jacket out for the morning?
Thanks, guys. Yes, you do need to get your jacket for the morning, and yes, they were also correct about the frost advisory. We will be having one of those tonight. And as we look, nice weekend ahead, the sun returns and the sweater weather is back, so break out those sweaters and those coats. And now I'll have your full forecast after the break.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
For the governor race with a strong lead, former Governor Andrew Cuomo is...
Barlow announced the completion of a large building mural in downtown Oswego.
The renovations on the Hewitt Union building, turning it into the new Hewitt Hall.
And as we move into tomorrow, that rain is going to be in our area.
Moving to the Diamond now, as Sweet Caroline got a lot sweeter last night.
Major Discussions is the new show that explores the stories of students right here on campus. I personally came here to SUNY Oswego for the broadcasting program because I love to hear people's stories and to do work just like this.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. The pressure's too much. I quit.
I get it. I can do better. Just please don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back. My name is Aurora Fitzgerald, your Storm Team 10 meteorologist. So taking a look at our sleepcast, tonight we're going to have cold temperatures. You're going to want to keep the heat on and have a heavy blanket. The moods are going to be okay from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. You're going to need a jacket as you go out. Keep the heat on just a little bit, and if you're weird like me, you like iced coffee in the winter. So now, taking a look at the morning forecast, you want a large cup of coffee because it is going to be cold with 45 degrees. It is also National Coffee Day, so that's a very good thing. Taking a look at Friday's forecast, we have a high of 61. It's going to be cool, mostly sunny, and we're going to have a light wind, so it's going to feel comfortable, but you'll still need some sort of a jacket. And now, since Hurricane Ian has just passed Florida, this is some hurricane information for you. So since Hurricane Ian passed Florida, taking a look at the rest of our forecast, Friday and Saturday, we're going to have nice temperatures, 61 and 65. And as we move on, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, It is going to look a little colder. Just prepare with those jackets.
Thank you very much for that. As Hurricane Ian makes its way across Florida, deaths from the storm are being confirmed, and search and rescue operations are underway.
This after Ian unleashed catastrophic floods and life-threatening storm surge. Gloria Pazmino reports from Fort Myers, Florida.
There's really no words that I can say to tell you what I've seen. The Fort Myers Beach area, buildings, major homes and buildings completely washed away with vehicles in the water, vehicles in the bay, boats are upside down.
Tied as the fourth most powerful hurricane to hit the Sunshine State, Ian blasted ashore Wednesday, just shy of a Category 5 storm.
The amount of water that's been rising and will likely continue to rise today, even as the storm is passing, is basically a 500-year flood event.
Residents now getting their first glimpse at the scope of the damage.
Very flooded, it's ruined, completely ruined. The fridge is on the floor, the couches are turned upside down, the toilets are on the floor.
Many residents still trapped in their homes.
You kind of find yourself in a position where you're totally powerless.
With dozens of houses still underwater, search and rescues are now underway.
We currently have an aircraft in the air with the Florida National Guard actively pulling people off of roofs in Fort Myers.
And as Ian continues its destructive march across Florida, parts of the East Coast are getting pummeled.
This is my community, this is my home. It's not only for my pain, it's for everybody's pain. I'm terrified for everybody. It's not only all our trailers, it's half of Cape Coral, it's half of everywhere.
Central New Yorkers who have moved to Florida or who've been vacationing in the Sunshine State are currently trapped as Hurricane Ian makes its way across Florida. Among them, Syracuse native Tracy Gion was on vacation in Clearwater with her fiancé and two friends when they were warned by family to leave, including Tracy's uncle. Gion said if her uncle is saying that it's time to leave, then it is time to leave.
Governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, says that Tropical Storm Ian is causing a 500-year flood event, which means there's a 1 in 500 chance of it occurring in a year. Ian is set to dump up to 30 inches of rain in some areas of Florida. Ian hit land with winds of up to 100 miles per hour, and more than 2.5 million people are without power. There have been fatalities, but there is no death toll yet. DeSantis is petitioning President Biden for assistance.
Rising and will likely continue to rise today, even as the storm is passing, is basically a 500-year flood event.
Since Ian has made landfall, it has ripped across the state of Florida, leaving large damage in its wake. People are being asked to stay indoors and stay safe, and that the Coast Guard and FEMA will help those in dire need first. As for financial assistance, nearly $75,000 for home repairs and property loss are being distributed. President Biden addressed the possible toll of the hurricane earlier today.
This could be the deadliest hurricane in Florida's history. The numbers are still unclear, but we're hearing early reports of what may be substantial loss of life.
Disney World will reopen its theme parks along with Disney Springs in a fast approach this Friday. Disney was expected to announce the modified opening hours sometime Thursday, but they have yet to be announced. On the other hand, Universal Orlando has been conducting detailed inspections around the resort to assess damage. It is unclear to how much damage the resort has sustained during the storm.
Coming up, the FDA has approved a drug to treat ALS, what experts are warning about straight ahead.
And flu shots are available, when and where you can get one.
driving a truck for 40 years now. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. Like the trucks can't stop quickly. It takes my 80,000-pound truck 200 yards to come to a complete stop. So I always do my best to give a lot of cushion. It helps when other drivers realize that and do the same. Please give trucks the space we need so we can all stay safe. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. The Onondaga County Health Department hosted a monkeypox vaccine clinic this morning at the Merlot Civic Center in Syracuse. The clinic offered both first and second doses. Those in need of a second dose will only be eligible if they receive their dose 4 weeks prior. Doctors recommend that individuals receive 2 doses 4 weeks apart, and they will be considered fully vaccinated 14 days following their second dose.
Wegmans will be offering drive-through flu vaccine clinics available for all ages at 2 of their locations in central New York this weekend. The Wegmans in Fairmount Hill will be offering the shot tomorrow morning from 7:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., while the Wegmans in DeWitt will be offering the shot from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Those going are asked to bring their insurance card.
Governor Hochul announced on Wednesday that the new measurements will be implemented to booster coordination between state and local health departments and improve vaccination rates in an effort to combat the outbreak of polio in the New York City area. The governor said in a statement, quote, "We've taken an aggressive public health approach to combat the spread of polio and ensure New Yorkers are protected," end quote.
And breaking news tonight, the FDA has approved a new drug to treat ALS, which will be released under the brand name Relvrio. About 5,000 people have been diagnosed with the illness, and patients with ALS have pushed for the drug to be approved. However, some drug policy experts warn that the new drug has insufficient evidence to prove its effectiveness, and the FDA approved the drug after a single trial.
It's World Heart Day today. A time to spotlight cardiovascular disease, which is the world's leading cause of death.
And thanks to a rare heart surgery, one U.S. family has a reason to celebrate this day. Mandy Gaither has more of this procedure that saved an infant's life in today's Health Minute.
From the beginning, Danielle Edmonds says her son DJ was a miracle.
I ended up having to vanish a twin syndrome.
Despite losing one twin, Edmonds says DJ kept growing, but with a heart defect. She gave birth at 26 weeks.
He coded on us all together about 3 times. As you can imagine, it was scary. I thought I had lost my baby.
After he was born, DJ was on a ventilator, eventually diagnosed with a double outlet right ventricle, a heart anomaly where the left ventricle isn't able to pump blood to the body. Traditional open heart surgery wouldn't help, says Dr. Hani Najum.
We needed to do something.
Deciding what to do started with this 3D image of DJ's heart printed out at Cleveland Clinic.
It's better to have a replica of this heart in my hand in the office, so I can decide exactly what I can do, and then I can go in the operating room and execute that operation.
That led Najum to perform a ventricle switch, a procedure he's done before, but never on someone this young. In June 2021, Najm closed the defect and, using a conduit, connected the left ventricle to the pulmonary artery, allowing it to send blood to the lungs.
From there, we could tell he was a whole new baby because his color was coming back.
After time in the pediatric intensive care unit, then rehab, DJ is now home.
He's going to have heart failure for the rest of his life, but he's still here to fight.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Laker Athletics had some big wins for this week.
Matthew Shimetta has our sports report. Matt?
Women's volleyball keeps the streak alive, and a historic night for men's soccer coach Dan Kane. More to come right after the break.
Athletics, Aaron, there are 6 big points. This is the one you've been waiting for. This group has never beaten Cortland.
Getting started with some men's soccer as the Lakers had 2 conference matchups
For half of the Lakers' goals this entire season.
Offense is key. You talked all about scoring goals.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
For the governor race with a strong lead, former Governor Andrew Cuomo is...
Barlow announced the completion of a large building mural in downtown Oswego.
The renovations on the Hewitt Union building, turning it into the new Hewitt Hall.
And as we move into tomorrow, that rain is going to be in our area.
Moving to the Diamond now, as Sweet Caroline got a lot sweeter last night.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire, but you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
We've been marinating chicken in all sorts of liquids for 24 hours. These are vitamins and minerals and things that you need, nutrients. The chicken speedy is a staple of our culture.
Let's kick some things off with some men's soccer. The Oswego State Lakers won a tightly contested matchup on the road against the Utica Pioneers, which resulted in a final score of 2-1. After falling behind in the first half, the second half was all Lakers. Oswego State applied the offensive pressure, scoring 2 unanswered goals in the second half. Kyle Genrich ignited the Lakers' first scoring on the team's first goal, while Jason Wytak closed the game out with a goal of his own. This was a huge win for the Lakers, as it was Dan Kane's 100th career win as head coach. The Lakers stay on the road to take on the Potsdam Bears this Saturday at 1 p.m. In other Laker news, the women's volleyball team keeps their winning streak alive, winning their 8th straight with a 3-1 victory on the road against the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Kara Simplicio led the Lakers with a total of 11 kills. Sydney Schiffriller followed closely behind with 9 kills of her own. McKenna Corbin helped set up the team's success with a whopping 29 assists in the matchup. The Lakers look to keep their streak alive as they take on the Buffalo State Bengals at home tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the Max Zeal Gym. And now let's take a look at some pro sports as we travel north into Toronto, where the New York Yankees exploded in an 8-3 victory over the Blue Jays. The Yankees woke the bats up early, scoring 3 runs in the first inning of the game. Toronto answered back with 3 runs of their own in the 6th inning, sparked by a solo home run from Danny Jensen. The Yankees quickly responded as Judge hit his historic record-tying 61st home run. The Yankees continued to pile on the offense as they would close the game out with an 8-3 victory. The Yankees return to the Bronx tomorrow night to take on the Baltimore Orioles as Judge continues to chase history. And how about some Thursday night football? Tonight, the 3-0 Dolphins travel to Cincinnati to take on Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Although making a run to the Super Bowl last season, the Bengals are off to a slow start, as they have a current record of 1-2. However, they look to bounce back tonight and take down those undefeated Dolphins. Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa has smashed all expectations this year, already throwing for 925 yards and 8 touchdowns. On the other end, Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow has thrown for 812 yards and 6 touchdowns despite the offense's slow start. Both teams have serious star power in the offensive end, so expect a high-scoring shootout tonight only on Prime Video. And now, back to the desk.
Thank you very much. We would like to introduce you to some of the kittens as part of the Oswego County Humane Society. Pet of the Week, meet Shirley and Squiggly.
These two kittens are as cute as can be. The Oswego Humane Society would like to keep them together since they've known each other their entire lives. If interested, head to the Oswego Humane Society for more information.
Hey, Weather, can we get a report on what to look forward to this weekend?
Yes, this weekend is going to be very nice. However, it's going to be cold, so you're going to be needing those jackets. So, taking a look at Friday, 61, low 47. Saturday, there's going to be some more clouds, but going in later into the weekend, it's going to be sunny. Sunday, high 59, low 42. Monday, also sunny. Again, high 49, but a low 44. So as we go later into the weekend is going to be colder. And Tuesday, it's going to warm up just a little bit, but please make sure to bring your coats because it is going to be colder as we move on into October.
Awesome, thank you for that. Hey, sports, what can we look forward to this weekend?
So we have a bunch going on at the Laker Turf this weekend, a bunch of soccer matchups. We have 3 of them right here at the Laker Turf. And we also can tune over to Prime Video to watch that Bengals and Dolphins game as it heads into the second half. And we're also going to look forward to Aaron Judge tomorrow night as he looks to make history to break Roger Maris's American League record with his 62nd home run of the year. Look forward to that. It's going to be awesome.
Sounds like an exciting weekend. Speaking of, I'm super excited for the weekend, getting to hang out with my little bunny. What are you doing over the weekend?
I think I'm just going to go hang out with my friends, you know. I think we're going to go to the movie theater in town because I haven't gotten a chance to go there yet.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching. That is our report for tonight. Be sure to stay tuned for the series premiere of Off the Clock.
Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everyone.
Something else.
WTOP.
DeCarlo on the rebound! Alex DeCarlo!
Yeah, it's been a wild game so far. A lot of high scoring, so definitely tighten it up and play out that full 60 minutes.
Welcome back to the best show on WTOP 10 out on our own Oswego.
Did you hear that Bad Bunny's going to be in Canada over spring break, you know?
I heard that one.
Drink coffee. The week.
Oh my God.
Roll it.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of times.
I do think you're wrong a lot.